especially I want to welcome the men tonight because, you know, we're this is a very womanly group, and that's wonderful. And a lot of the issues that we're dealing with in these past years are impact everybody. But the issue of abortion rights and recent SCOTUS ruling is a uniquely impactful, painful, upsetting, destabilizing experience for us women. And it means a lot to have men in the room. It means a lot to me to know that you're not afraid to be here with us, right? And it's okay to be a minority, right? You know, we hopefully all of us have the experience of being a minority at some time, because it's really important to just be able to receive an experience that isn't directly yours, but let it impact the heart and change one for the better, you know. That's been my experience when I've been a minority, racially or gender or other ways, nationality, and I learned so much. So anyway, welcome to all of you. I'm going to start off with a Ruth Pelham song, one of my favorite writers. Used to have her on the show. And she wrote this gazillion years ago, and I feel like this is what we need tonight. It's called Look to the People. Sometimes it's Look to the Women, but tonight is going to be Look to the People, because we need everybody of every gender. Like this. We're gonna look to the people for courage in the hard times coming ahead. We're gonna sing and shout. We're gonna work it on out in the hard times coming ahead. With people's courage. With people's courage. With people's courage. We can make it. This is really easy to sing, and it's very repetitive. It's not even in your lyrics. I know that Madge put your lyrics in the chat, so you can click on that link and get them if you need them. But it's just, we're going to look to the people for a quality that we need in the hard times coming ahead. We're going to sing and shout. We're going to work it on out in the hard times coming ahead. And then with people's courage 3 times, okay? We can do this. Now, I'm going to do one more so you can get warmed up. But I would love it if any of you want to put something in the chat about a quality that we're looking to people for right now. This is the one time you can put stuff in while I'm singing. But let's look to the people for daring, like take a risk, do something you've never done before, get arrested, whatever. Here we go. We're gonna look to the people for daring in the hard times coming ahead. We're gonna sing and shout, we're gonna work it on out in the hard times coming ahead. With people's daring, with people's daring, with people's daring, we can make it. All right, now I got to see what you put in the chat. Here we go. Oh, truth. Amen. Thank you, Gloria. Oh, please, could we have some truth, please? Look to each other, because I think we know by now that courts and justices and many legislators aren't going to give us the truth. We got to look to each other. We're going to look to the people for truth in the hard times coming ahead. We're going to sing and shout. We're going to work it on out in the hard times coming ahead. With people's truth. With people's truth. Sing it out. With people's truth. We can make it. And Kathy says that at the Houston Peace Camp, the kids like to sing kindness. I love that. Let's do that. I'm not happy with my sound. Here we go. Now I'm happy. Kindness. We're gonna look to the people for kindness in the hard times coming ahead. We're gonna sing and shout, work it on out in the hard times coming ahead. With people's kindness. With people's kindness. With people's kindness. We can make it. We can make it. care. Yeah. Thank you, Sylvia. And solidarity and joy. Let's do womb care, because that is what is happening as we speak, is women are helping each other get the womb care they need, because we can't look to the medical system. Here we go. We're gonna look to the people for womb care in the hard times coming ahead. We're gonna sing and shout, gonna work it on out in the hard times coming ahead. With people's womb care. With people's womb care. With people's womb care. We can make it. These are so good. I am picking ones that fit into the rhyme, not the rhyme scheme, but the rhythm scheme. So there's some good ideas that are just too hard to sing. So don't feel rejected if we don't sing it. Let's do laughter. We're gonna look to the people for laughter in the hard times coming ahead. We're gonna sing and shout, work it on out in the hard times coming ahead. With people's laughter. With people's laughter. With people's laughter. We can make it. And let's end with love. We're gonna look to the people for love in the hard times coming ahead. We're gonna sing and shout, gonna work it on out in the hard times coming ahead. With people's love. With people's love. With people's love. We can make it. Now sing with me. People's laughter, with people's truth, and with people's courage. We can make it, those three. With people's laughter, truth, with people's truth and courage, with people's courage, we can make it. Oh yes, yes we can. Si se puede. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have a new song tonight that you have not heard, and it's one I heard a long time ago, many, many years ago, and it never got into my repertoire. I barely know the woman who wrote it. I'm not sure I do know her. And for some reason, about a week ago, when I was thinking about this program, it just came to me the way songs do, like, you need me now. And I said, oh, yeah, I do. Oh, this is such a beautiful song by Jan Phillips. It's called I Won't Turn Back. And it's a prayer. And the first line alone is just so powerful. It says, take this pain and give me freedom. Take this pain and give me freedom. So please sing this with me as soon as you get the hang of it. It's very, very simple. There is a link in the chat for the lyrics, so you can access them right there. Take this pain and give me freedom. Take this pain and give me freedom. Take this pain and give me freedom. I won't turn back. I won't turn back. Try it with me. Take this pain and give me freedom. Go high. Take this pain and give me freedom. Take this pain. Take my heart and make it loving. Take my heart and make it loving. Take my heart and make it loving. I won't turn back. I won't turn back. Let my eyes see all the people. Let my eyes see all the people. Let my eyes see all the people. I won't turn back. I won't turn back. Take this fear. Take this fear and give me courage. Take this fear and give me courage. Take this fear and give me courage. I won't turn back. I won't turn back. I won't turn back. I won't turn back. Yeah. I need that song, you know, I won't turn back, because everything around us is pushing on us, trying to make us back away from so many hard-won battles, you know, so many incredible advancements. Oh gosh, yeah. So thank you, Jan Mitchell, for that song. Let's take a minute before we go any further to just catch our breath now that we've sung and opened up and affirmed what we believe and want and ask for. We've affirmed that we need each other, that we are the people. We just celebrated. Some people celebrated the 4th of July. I got through the 4th of July. And we look to the people because we know now more and more who to look to. And I think more and more people are realizing that democracy is not a spectator sport. And that just electing people, voting and then going home and saying, all right, you all take care of it, is not working. Not working. So let us now bless these bodies, these hands and arms and eyes and legs that have asked for a way to be useful, sharp, loving, strong, courageous. And just breathe into this body and bless it with some breath. Allow yourself, as much as you're able, to let go of the day, of the worries in your mind, the plans, the memories, the anxieties. Think of yourself as a tender flower needing water, and be ready to be watered. Allow yourself to be watered by all of us. Just with some deep, deep breaths, let your stomach relax and your chest open. Your hands relax wherever they are. I know many of you have some kind of spiritual practice in your life. And I don't mean religious, some of you have that as well, but I mean more just whatever you do to refresh and renew yourself, whether it's walking in the woods, lighting a candle, meditating, praying, talking to your plants, looking up at the sky and saying thank you, all these things that help us recenter and stay on the path, stay true to our intention. And so this is, I was just thinking how one of my morning practices is to kneel and to offer this body and this mind, what we all just sang about, these body and mind, just offer it. Just say, use me, flow through me. Let me get out of the way, right? And just be a channel. And it helps me in my day. It really does. And I return to it, actually, sometimes many times during the day, because I can feel myself getting, or just busy, or focusing on like little things that don't matter, that don't really matter, right? So to go back to that breath and that prayer, whatever your prayer or thought or wish might be, to just renew it throughout the day. This can help us. We are needed now. Big things are being asked of us. And to put it in my own rougher language, we can't mess around. We can't mess around, right? It's this is it. This is the big time here. So all the more reason to slow. The time is urgent. Take it slow. Yeah. So the time is urgent. Take it slow. Ruth Pelham, again, I just texted her before the program to say, guess what? I'm singing 2 of your songs tonight. I Am a Woman. Again, this is like, oh, what a song for this night, for this moment. What an affirmation. I am a woman here on planet Earth. Again, very easy to sing. I am a woman here on planet Earth. I have the breath of life in me, a gift given at birth. No one, nobody, no powers that be can ever take this gift away from me. Sing the chorus with me. No one, nobody, no powers that be can ever take this gift away from me. I am a woman here on planet Earth. I have a song to sing in me, a song sung birth to birth. No one, nobody, no powers that be can ever take this gift away from me. And men, I hope you sing along. I have no problem with you singing along. If you want to change it to men, go ahead, but it's not so bad to actually put yourself in someone else's shoes. It's why not? Try it on. Here we go. I am a woman. I am a woman here on planet Earth. Flesh, bones, and blood am I before and after birth. No one, nobody, no powers that be can Thank you, Ruth Pelham. Yes. Woo. Wow. I heard an incredible program today. I'm sure many of you have been glued to various media of your choice. I highly recommend a program called Your Call on KALW with Rose Aguilar, who is an incredible program host and interviewer, and she picks the most incredible people on her show. Phenomenal. She's part Indigenous, part Latinx, and her heart and her smarts are incredible. So I highly recommend it. It's on at 11 a.m. if you're in the Bay Area on 91.7, but it's also a podcast just called Your Call. Your Call. So I was listening to Your Call today, and she was interviewing two women doctors about what doctors are facing now that their right to practice their vow of do no harm has been taken away from them. And it was pretty wrenching, but I do recommend it. And this song of Ruth's means a lot to me in light of that, because they talked about how it will be only a matter of days before we start hearing about women who are dying because they needed emergency medical intervention around an ectopic pregnancy or a precipitous shoot up in blood pressure, or there's a few other examples they gave, and that doctors now are very, very careful about how soon they intervene because they don't want to go to jail. And so they are practicing bad medicine. You know, they have to, meaning they're waiting longer and longer to be sure the woman is really in dire straits. They have to consult with other doctors so that they're not out there alone. They consult a medical ethicist. And there's just so many ripples to this that nobody thought of when they did this, including the estimated 150,000 babies that are likely to be born this year. And how is that going to impact the social service system, among many other things? So I appreciate Ruth for singing about her body in that way, because these bodies are precious. These bodies are precious. So I'm going to read you a beautiful poem that will make you happy. And my sister sent it to me. She posted it on my Facebook link a few days ago, and it's just wonderful, by Jeanette Encinias, and I don't know the title. I want to dedicate this to all the elder women in the room, of which there are many, and especially just because I know about this, to Madge, who just had surgery and is coming back strong. And, Madge, by the way, would you spotlight me? Do you know how to do that? Just click on my name and the participants. That'd be great. Thank you. So I dedicate to all of us elder bodies. Women and men. Here it is. How many years of beauty do I have left? She asks me. How many more do you want? Here is 34. Here is 50. When you are 80 years old and your beauty rises in ways your cells cannot even imagine now, and your wild bones grow luminous and ripe, having carried the weight of a passionate life. When your hair is aflame with winter, and you have decades of learning and leaving and loving sewn into the corners of your eyes, and your children come home to find their own histories in your face. When you know what it feels like to fail ferociously. I love that expression. When you know what it feels like to fail ferociously and have gained the capacity to rise and rise and rise again. When you can make your tea on a quiet and ridiculously lonely afternoon and still have a song in your heart, queen owl wings beating beneath the cotton of your sweater, because your beauty began there, beneath the sweater and the skin. Remember? This is when I will take you in my arms and coo, you brave and glorious thing. You've come so far. I see you, and your beauty is breathtaking. Raucous cheers for that poem. Woo! I love that. Failed ferociously. I feel like somebody's named me. It's like, I haven't just failed. I have failed ferociously. I'm so glad somebody put words to that. And we have also just come through A hard day to celebrate, as I mentioned, and I wanted to just take a minute to read a few words from Frederick Douglass. Many of you may know his very famous July 4th speech. He was invited to speak at a July 4th celebration, or in honor of July 4th. And it's a very long speech, and Madge is going to put the link to the whole thing in the chat for you. But I'm going to read the part that's kind of very famous. And as women, especially, I think we will resonate very strongly with this. Frederick Douglass says, "What to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him, more than all other days of the year, the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is the constant victim. To him, your celebration is a sham, your boasted liberty an unholy license, your national greatness swelling vanity. Your sounds of rejoicing are empty and heartless. Your denunciations of tyrants is brass-fronted impudence. Your shouts of liberty and equality are hollow mockery. Your prayers and hymns, your sermons and thanksgivings, with all your religious parade and solemnity, are to him mere bombast, fraud, deception, impiety, and hypocrisy, a thin veil to cover up crimes which would disgrace a nation of savages. There is not a nation on the earth guilty of practices more shocking and bloody than are the people of these United States at this very hour." You say it, Frederick Douglass. Yeah. So let us sing from that similar era, the Battle Hymn of Women, to the tune of the Battle Hymn of the Republic. The tune was John Brown's Body, who was, as you know, an abolitionist, a very courageous abolitionist. And the words to the Battle Hymn of the Republic were written by Julia Ward Howe, who was an abolitionist and who also proclaimed the first Mother's Day and has that amazing Mother's Day proclamation that I always read on Mother's Day. And now Meredith Tax, a modern woman, wrote new words, and I added a few myself. So here we go. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the flame of women's rage. Now, if you're not fired up yet, this is going to fire you up. So really enjoy this. Stand up, stomp, march, do whatever builds energy, because that's what we're here to do tonight, is build energy. Here we go. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the flame of women's rage, kept smoldering for centuries, now burning in this age. No longer are we prisoners from in that same old gilded cage. That's why we're marching on. Move on over, or we'll move on over you. Move on over, or we'll move on over you. One more. Move on over, or we'll move on over you. For women's time has come. You have told us to speak softly, to be gentle and to smile, expected us to change ourselves with every passing style. Said the only work for women was to clean and sweep and file. That's why we're marching on, singing. Move on over, or we'll move on over you. Move on over, or we'll move on over you. Move on over, or we'll move on over you. For women's time has come. It is we who've done your cooking, done your cleaning, kept your rules, gave birth to all your children, and we taught them in your schools. We kept the system running, but we're laying down our tools. That's why we're marching on. Let's do the next verse. You think that you can buy us off with crummy wedding rings. You never give us half the profit that our labor brings. Our anger eats into us. We'll no longer bow to kings. That's why we're marching on. Yes, we are. Move on over, or we'll move on over you. On over, or we'll move on over you. Move on over, or we'll move on over you. For women's time has come. This is a verse I rewrote, and actually Madge was going to put this, did you put this in the chat, Madge? Those little extra verses. So what's on your song sheet is not exactly what I'm going to sing. Sorry about that. You know me, I get late, the kind of after the thought inspiration. It comes when it comes. I got to do what I got to do. So here we go. And this is about right now. We will hit the streets around the country, many millions strong. We're marching to your offices and camping on your lawn. We're shutting down the system 'cause you've stolen what we've won. That's why we're marching on. Next verse. We have broken through our shackles now. Sing a battle song. We march for liberation till there's rights for everyone. We'll build a new society. We've waited much too long. That's why we're marching on. And now, move on over or we'll move on over you. Move on over or we'll move on over you. Move on over or we'll move on over you. For women's time has come, yes, yes, women's time has come. Woo. I've been singing that a long time. I know some of you remember that from way back when we used to do the woman song circles. Joyce, I know, is here tonight, and Birgit, several old friends from decades back, really. Anita, maybe? Not sure, but anyway. Shashtin, I think Shashtin's here. Oh God, well, I'm running so behind I can't even believe it. I have so many great songs tonight, but I'm going to have to skip a couple, and that's all right. We are going to do now a voice from the other side. You know how commercial radio or mainstream media or corporate media, which includes NPR, very corporate media, like to have the opposing view, right? They like to get the other side of it. So they'll get some climate denier scientist to get on just so it's balanced, right? So yes, let's tell some lies just so we balance the truth with some lies. So this, but I do see the point of including every voice. So I am now going to include the other side of the abortion argument in a song called I'm a Friend of the Fetus. And it was written by Carol Livingston, who I am pretty sure I know from Boston. I think that she was in a really great group called Solid Ground, and they wrote some terrific songs, but this is such a great song. So you'll catch on right away. Because it's kind of got one of those predictable melodies in a good way. All right, so my counter voice, take it away. Make your point now for us. Here we go. I'm a friend of the fetus, a friend of incomparable worth. Oh, I'm a friend of the fetus, right up to the moment of birth. Sing it with me. I'm a friend of the fetus, a friend of incomparable worth. I'm a friend of the fetus, right up to the moment of birth. I am no friend to the fathers and mothers. I am no friend to the sisters and brothers, and I am no friend to the weak and distressed. I am no friend to the poor and oppressed. Oh, but I'm a friend of the fetus, a friend of incomparable worth. Sing it out. I'm a friend of the fetus, right up to the moment of birth. Once it's a baby, I will not go near it, I will not feed it, and I will not rear it, and when it is crying, I won't even hear it, for I have no room in my heart for a human. But I'm a friend of the fetus, a friend of incomparable worth. Yes, I am. I'm a friend of the fetus, for the moment of birth. I will not care for it, I won't be there for it, I will not weep for it, to sleep for it. And when I'll back away from it, I won't go gray from it. I will not pray for it, and I won't pay for it. But I'm a friend of the fetus, a friend of incomparable worth. I'm a friend of the fetus, right up to the moment of birth. I think there's a little tagline, let me see. Right up to the moment of birth, because that's when it really needs friends, but right up to the moment of birth. Love it, love it. Very fun to sing. Satire is so wonderful because you get the anger and the humor all in one breath, all in one song, and you get to speak what's really in your heart sometimes. It's very helpful, very helpful. So I listened to some interviews with women who were anti-abortion and worked at the pregnancy, what are those awful clinics called? Pregnancy Help Clinic or something like that. Oh, it slipped my mind, but you know what I mean. And it lures women in thinking they're going to get help with how to end a problem pregnancy, and instead they get prayed over and shamed and guilt-tripped and talked about, we'll take care of your baby, we'll help you after the birth, which some of them do for 6 months. And after that, then what happens? So, one of the things that I think people who say, what about adoption, don't really know, probably because they haven't had the experience of either releasing a baby for adoption or adopting, that there's a tremendous amount of pain and trauma often connected to all of that. And that outcomes are not always just a happy thing. You know, it's like these people think that all you have to do is get that baby to term, you can walk away, it's all tied up, we're going to tie it all up in a bow for you. Well, I will tell you as a birth mother myself that you never walk away from carrying a baby to term and then giving it away or releasing it. And it's very blind, and it upsets me quite a bit because of my own history to hear that kind of innocent, oh, it's so simple, you know. So I wanted to sing a very beautiful song that some of you will remember by Joni Mitchell. It was one of her early songs, and she was a birth mother, is a birth mother, and she wrote this song about her experience, and it's just so, so lovely. So if you want, I put it in the lyrics because I know some of you love this song and would love to sing along. And the rest of you sing along or not as you wish. Let's see, what key do I do this in? Choose her a name she will answer to. Call her green, the winters cannot fade her. Call her green for the children who've made her. Little green, be a gypsy dancer. So you write him a letter, say her eyes are blue. He sends you a poem, and she's lost to you. Little green, he's a non-conformer, just a little green, like the color when the spring is born. There'll be crocuses to bring to school tomorrow. Just a little green, like the nights when the northern lights perform. There'll be icicles and birthday clothes, and sometimes there'll be sorrow. Child with a child pretending, weary of lies you are sending home. So you sign all the papers in the family name. You're sad and you're sorry, but you're not ashamed, little green. Have a happy ending. Just a little green, like the night color when the spring is born. There'll be crocuses to bring to school tomorrow. Just a little green, like the nights when the northern lights perform. There'll be icicles and birthday clothes, and sometimes there'll be sorrow. I hope you've all been hearing the very powerful news, or stories of the early Janes, the women in Chicago in the pre-Roe days who formed an abortion underground network. Raise your hand if you have heard of the Janes. I'm very curious. Let me see. Hold them high. Good. A lot of you have. Yes. And there's a film out now about them. It just came out called, I think it's called The Janes. And it's incredible. My partner Dave and I watched it together, and he said that's the most powerful documentary I've ever seen, or the best documentary I've ever seen. So look it up. I can't remember where it is, but it's available now. And now those underground networks are starting up again. You best believe there are amazing women and men going underground and doing everything they can. And I, as many of you know, I am a doula, and I've been trained to be an abortion doula, and I'm working on my own pathway to entering that world, so that I can offer what I can. So I wanted to sing something that captured that way that women, especially, it seems to me, just instinctively reach out to each other with the battered women's shelters, and these abortion networks and childcare collectives, and the list goes on, to care for each other. So I'm going to do a song I wrote when I was in Kenya with the women in Kenya that so many of you have heard about, the Women of the Life Bloom Project. And I might have told you that I was there, singing with them, and they had heard a lot about me. I was very well publicized before I got there, and in an unfortunate way, it made me a little bit of a celebrity, kind of like this white feminist from the U.S., and she's coming to us, and these were women who had been very broken down by prostitution. They don't like that word. What's the right? Sex trade, being in the sex trade, and domestic violence, and were struggling to get back on their feet. And so I found myself, although really engaged with them and them with me and having amazing experiences singing together and talking together, there was still some distance. I couldn't feel how to bridge it, but I didn't feel good. And so one night I couldn't sleep. It disturbed me so much, that I couldn't sleep. And I thought, I think what it is that there's an imbalance here that you hadn't realized, which is you know a lot about who they are and what their stories are, just by the fact that they're in this program. And you seem like an elevated person who hasn't been through what they've been through. And that elevation is keeping you apart. They don't know your story. So the next time we sat in circle together, we sang a little bit, and then I told them what I just told you, and I said, I want you to know a little bit about me. I know a lot about you, and I told them about being a birth mother. And the end of the birth mother story, for those of you that haven't heard it, is that baby died of SIDS at 5 weeks while she was in a foster home, while I was making up my mind about whether to raise her or release her for adoption. And so something strange took the choice out of my hands. So I told them about that. I told them about my drug-addicted sister who had died of an overdose, and just my being an unwed mother and all that. And it changed the dynamics so much. It just made all the difference. We were sisters at that moment. And so this is a song I wrote honoring that. Some of you may recognize, oh, there's a part for you. There's a part for you. And your words are very simple. They're just 3 words. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So when I say, and I am here for you, we'll all sing together, yes, I am. And yeah. Sister, I need you by my side. I need your shoulder when I cry. I need your laughter and your song. Sister, you help me to be strong. And I am here for you. Yes, I am. I'll help you make it through the best I can. We'll make a safe place for 2 or 3 or more. 'Cause that's what sisters are for. So besides yes, I am, you can also sing, we'll make a safe place for 2 or 3 or more. Let's sing that. We'll make a safe place for 2 or 3 or more. 'Cause that's what sisters are for. Sister, you walk a rugged road. I see you bending beneath your load. Your head bowed down to hide your face. But sister, your life is no disgrace. And I am here for you. Yes, yes, I am. I'll help you make it through the best I can. We'll make a safe place for 2 or 3 or more. 'Cause that's what sisters are for. Sister, I've had my troubles too. I get weary and I stumble just like you. I've lost my way and I've lost my pride. And sister, I need you by my side. Are you there for me too? Sing it to me. Will you help me make it through best I can? We'll make a safe place for 2 or 3 or more. 'Cause that's what sisters are for. That's what sisters are for. have to tell you, it just is so beautiful to watch you sing. You know, I wish I could hear you, but watching you is pretty nice, really. I mean, you know, first I love seeing that you're singing, but your faces just have so much love in them, so much presence in them. And when we're singing, you know, move on over, I'll move on over you, just so much fierce energy. I mean, I'm getting all this woman power from with and from you, and I hope you are too, and I hope you're looking not only at me but at each other and seeing the powerhouse loving women and men in this room. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. Well, I have a treat for you, and this is in the person of Joe Holtoway, on film, not present because he's sleeping right now over in the UK. But Joe is a really, really wonderful human being I've been getting to know. And we came together because we are both students and followers of Thich Nhat Hanh. And like me, he has written numerous songs based on Thai's teachings, and has started a sangha in London, and also is part of a program called Wake Up. And it's a youth program of Thich Nhat Hanh Buddhist followers. Most of you probably know Thich Nhat Hanh is a renowned, revered Buddhist teacher from Vietnam who died just this last January. So Joe and I have been trading songs and stories and coming to each other's events, and it's just been a wonderful thing. So I recorded a whole interview and 3 songs, and I just picked out the one song that I wanted you so much to hear tonight. It does a lot for me. Something about his voice, the song, what it says, and the fact that he's not from the U.S. And there's something very refreshing about hearing voices from outside the U.S. right now, just to help us break out of this nightmare of like, we're just surrounded, it's everywhere. I was on a Zoom this morning with women all from the U.S. except for one woman who was from Israel. And just seeing her landscape in the background of her picture, and just knowing she's not here, she's there. It sounds weird, but it just really helped me. It perked me up. She also said that because of what's happening in the U.S., Israel has just changed one of their requirements about abortion. They are not an illegal abortion country, but traditionally a woman has to talk to 3 rabbis before she can get an abortion. And after what just happened with our Supreme Court, the leaders looked at each other and said, why are we doing this? This is not good. So that is out the window. And so we've had an impact already. More to come, more to come. So I'm going to play you this, and I might skip around. I'm going to have to skip a little bit just because of time, so pardon me, it's going to be a little rough. But let me see now. I've got to remember how to do this. I haven't done a screen share in a while. So it'll be a little bumpy, but the song is what I want you to hear. That is the essence of what's going on here. And we want to optimize for video clip, and then we want to share, and then we want to start it. Yeah, well, as I told you before this interview, we're going through quite a time here in the U.S.
Yeah.
And women are enormously impacted by the Supreme Court, etc. So other parts of this evening are going to be devoted to that. But I wonder if you've had any thoughts, maybe or music that you might share to just offer a little support to us over here. We're pretty angry and we're pretty wounded and sick of it all.
Yeah, I can imagine. I really express solidarity with anyone that's, as much as I can, say how much I kind of feel the pain as a man. I can't begin to imagine what it feels like to have that your own autonomy be compromised. It's I think one thing I've learned with social justice or movements of resistance over the years is that to remember everything that's come before, and that's the power of people coming together to resist change does, I think, have a huge power. And I think things can change and things do change, and it happens sometimes. We're building on the work of people from centuries before, decades before, but not to give up, I think.
Well, and with 10
dominated for, as you say, for centuries, and the power of that was I mean, I felt like it was incredibly exemplified by this young woman, and then I wanted to contemplate what it means.
He's talking about Greta Thunberg. I'm sorry, I was trying to skip me and I skipped a little bit of him.
Hear women speaking in those spaces, and then I was at that time also following on Twitter. I think it was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's also speaking very much in solidarity at the moment for those for what's happening in the States. And also my mum, who was a community playgroup leader when I was younger, and so this is a song about, and also reflecting on my own position as a man, and so I wrote this song called "Listen to Women," about those, about that. So listen to women, to children, to trees, rooted, oppressed, life on its knees. Those so long muted should not have to scream. Listen, listen to women. Listen to women, to children, to trees, rooted, unheeded, sacred, unseen. Those so long muted should not have to scream. Listen, listen to women. I am a man, I am embodied in a man, raised in the arms of my mother. Sorry, I got emotional. I'll try again. I am a man, I am embodied in a man, raised in the arms of my mother, born with a reverence for love and its colours, raised watching men killing each other. I am a man, I am embodied in a man. So listen to women, to children, to trees, rooted, unheeded, sacred, unseen. Those so long muted should not have to scream. Listen, listen to women. Listen to women. Listen to stories and words drawn up with the water that broke at the birth of sons as of daughters, spoke of the earth, life not fought for but given. Listen to women. So listen to women, to children, to trees, rooted, unheeded, standing unseen. Those so long muted should not have to scream. Oh, listen, listen to women. I am a child, I am embodied, a child made of the woven I am, born of the body, sacred and silence, woven with hope and woven with violence. I am embodied, a child. So listen to women, to children, to trees, rooted, rooted, unheeded, sacred, unseen. those so long muted should not have to scream. Listen, listen to women. Listen to women, to children, to trees, rooted, unheeded, standing unseen. Those so long rooted should not have to scream. Listen, listen to women. Oh, listen, listen to women. Oh, listen, listen to women.
Deep, deep, deep bows, my friend. Yeah. Joe is going to see this, so please give him your best. Wow. Yeah, beautiful. Joe, I'm going to just scroll here so you can see everybody. So beautiful. Yeah. Do you agree with me that there's something very impactful about whatever it is he brought? Yeah. Okay, wow. Let's see, where are we here? Okay. So I want to do real quick. I think I can do this because I'm on time again suddenly. I want to do a song about underground women helping their people. And this is a song I sang with school children for 25 years. It's a wonderful song by an African-American man named Walter Robinson. And it's the Ballad of Harriet Tubman. And it's got a great chorus that I will help you join in on. So to just honor the original, probably not the original, there were probably people way before even Harriet Tubman who had to go underground to save what mattered, and and just her courage, her determination, her defiance are real models. You know, Joe said we have to remember we're standing on the shoulders of generations of people who fought against all odds and acted against all odds. So I want to honor her. I want to honor Fanny Lou Hamer, who worked on voter registration back in the, I don't know, when was it, 30s, 40s? I'm sorry, I don't have my dates very well, but was beaten within an inch of her life for doing that in the South. And I want to also name Rosa Parks, who also, before she did that dramatic action on the bus that history loves to repeat, she was going around the countryside doing voter registration, risking her life to get black people on the voting registration and stuff. So, you know, we have a lot of foremothers. The Suffragettes, the song I had to leave out was a kind of a song about women in the vote way back when. And these women, they didn't mess around, and the system didn't mess around either. The suffragists were not only thrown in jail, they were force-fed. One of the famous ones was hung in the jail cell by her wrists and then force-fed, which is extremely violent. So I just want to lift up these foremothers, and we're going to sing about Harriet Tubman. One night I dreamed I was in slavery, about 1850 was the time. Sorrow was the only sound, nothing around to ease my mind. Out of the night appeared a lady leading a distant pilgrim band. First mate, she cried, pointing to me, make room aboard for this young woman, singing, come on up, I got a lifeline, come on up to this train of mine. Come on up, I got a lifeline, come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad. Wow. I have to tell you something. I haven't sung this for probably 5 or 6 years, and my voice has dropped since then. And this is like too high for me. I got to do something about that. Come on. Oh, here we go. All right. So the chorus is, come on up, I got a lifeline. Come on up to this miles we traveled northward, gathering slaves from town to town, seeking every lost and found, setting those free who once were bound. Somehow my heart began to weaken, fell by the wayside, sinking sand. Firmly did this lady stand. She lifted me up, she took my hand. She said, come on up, I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. Come on up, I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad. Now there's this great interactive part where I sing, who are these children dressed in red? And some of you know what to sing. Must be the ones that Moses led. Try that. Must be the ones that Moses led. You got it. We do that twice. Here I go. Who are these children dressed in red? Must be the ones that Moses led. Yeah. Who are these children dressed in red? Must be the ones that Moses led. She said, come on up, I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. Come on up, I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. She said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad. Come on up. Ballad of Harriet Tubman by Walter Robinson. Thank you, Walter. Anybody ever heard that song before? Raise your hand. Madge, yeah? A few of you? Excellent. Let me look on the next page. Good. Oh, I'm glad. That's great. Ooh, it feels good to sing. Okay, I want to just say a few announcements, and then we're going to just roar into the ending. I want to thank everybody for your donations over these last 2 years. Many of you know we have raised thousands of dollars for important struggles. The election of Ralph Warnock and his other co-candidate in Georgia. Many times to abortion funds. God, I can't think what else. There's been some big ones where we've really gotten our money out there. So this again is one of those times, and probably a lot of you are already donating to abortion funds. What we're being told as a public is that one of the best things we can do is donate money to the groups that are giving people who are pregnant and need an abortion what they need, the money they need to leave the state, to have an hotel room, to have a procedure, to have child care, to get lost wages. I mean, these are poor women who are being told, honey, you're going to have another child, good luck. So donating to these funds, I just can't think of a better thing to do. So tonight's donations are going to go to the National, what's it called? The National Abortion Funds. So there's another word, and I can't, National Network. The National Network of Abortion Funds. And they're like a clearinghouse. If we send to them, they funnel the money out to different regional places that are needing to give women money. And we are designating the Frontera Fund. Some of you have heard about the Frontera Fund, which are right down at the border. They're particularly focused on Black and brown women and immigrant women. So they're going to be our designated receptee for our donations tonight. So if you have it in you to pull out, your 10 or 15 or 20 or 100, or some people have been able to do more, my PayPal account is in the chat or will be in a minute. And just click on that little link or copy and paste it. Make sure you use the link that is there, because that gets you to the designated account for this program. And when you donate, look around for a little question they ask you, but they don't make it really clear because they want your money. So they make it in tiny print, but they ask you, is this for friends and family, or is this for business? Or is this personal or business? It's personal, folks. This is personal. So thank you so much for that. We are meeting next on October 11th, and then again in September. And I actually put the wrong date in September. Last thing I mailed out, but I'll correct it. It's September 8th. September 8th. We're kind of.
Did you say August 11th?
Yep, that's what
you said. October, but you meant
Did I say
August.
October? Oh August 11th, September 8th, second Thursday of the month. We are now on a second Thursday schedule. We are leaving Twilight and Lullabies behind for now because my schedule's just gotten a little too full. But love doing this with you. Don't want to stop. I think that's our announcements for now. And I've got 2 more songs and we're going to do them right now. And one of them is another oldie from my feminist past. This is one of the early songs that Ms. Holly Near, who I think just had a birthday, I may be wrong about that, but Holly Near wrote, and I know some of you will remember it because we're that generation. If you don't, sing it as you can or just enjoy it. But again, this is just another example of a woman rooted in her land, in her heritage, in her right to her life in Appalachia. And she says, you can't take my dreams away. And I feel like that's what women need to be saying to the Congress, to the Supreme Court, to the governors, to the mayors, is you can't just take my dreams away. Who do you think you are? So here's a foremother for us. I have dreamed on this mountain. And I'm going to slap my thighs. You can clap your hands. You can, whatever, make some rhythm. I have dreamed on this mountain since first I was my mother's daughter. And you can't just take my dreams away. Not with me watching, you may drive a big machine. But I was born a great big woman, and you can't just take my dreams away. Not with me fighting this old mountain raised by many daughters. Some died young, some still living. If you come here for to take our mountain, well, we ain't come here to give it. I did not mention that what she's fighting for is the strip mining that they're trying to do down there in Appalachia, and they came with their big machines to cut the top off her mountain, and she stood in front of it and gave them holy hell. So this is her song. I have dreamed on this mountain since first I was my mother's daughter, and you can't just take my dreams away. Not with me watching, you may drive a big machine, but I was born a great big woman, and you can't just take my dreams away. Not with me fighting this old mountain raised by many daughters. Some died young, some still living, but if you come here for to taking our mountain, well, we ain't come here to give it. I have dreamed on this mountain since first I was my mother's daughter, and you can't just take my dreams away. Not with me watching, no, you can't just take my dreams away. Without me fighting, no, you can't just take my dreams away. Yeah, I saw you singing. I saw you feeling it. Whew. See, these are songs we need to have in our hip pocket so that when we're hearing something on the news that we just can't believe, and it happens almost every day at least once, that song is there. You know, these songs are there. You know, they are medicine. They are medicine, and there's a lot of illness around us now, and it's trying to make us sick. And we can't afford to get sick right now. So we've got to guard our hearts, guard our nervous systems, get your sleep, get your play days, get your little trips to the woods, because that's part of the work. Part of the work is sustaining ourselves, right? And listen to me. You're probably better at it than I am, but every time I say it out loud, it gets into me a little deeper. So, friends, we're going to just end with our beloved Melanie DeMore singing. We're going to sing "Sending You Light," because this is our chance to extend deep compassion to the women whose lives are directly being impacted right now. I'm sure some of you have been hearing the heart-wrenching stories of women, you know, calling the clinic the day they were to have their abortion and being told, "I'm sorry, honey, we can't help you," and the desperation in their voices. And the desperation in the voices of the clinic workers, it's heart-wrenching. It's just heart-wrenching. So we want to send our deepest compassion to all the clinic workers, the young women, the older women, the pregnant people, the doctors. There's a lot of suffering right now. So thank you for your good hearts. Thank you for being willing to show up, not just here, but out in the streets. Look at the Women's March website. There's a big action in DC this weekend on Saturday with civil disobedience. There may be local actions. I haven't had a chance to look at the website yet, but that's a good place to look for how can I get out there if marching is your thing. There's going to be a lot of chances to get out there. But the Women's March has a lot of ways to help. There's digital stuff you can do if marching isn't your thing. Anyway, go look at their website, and that's a good place to start. There's lots we can do, but right now what we're going to do is that magic practice of reaching through time and space and extending something that is intangible and palpable. I know that our prayers and our words and our heart's messages matter. They make a difference. I'm absolutely convinced of it, and I believe most of you are also. So we are sending you light to heal you, to hold you. We are sending you light to hold you in love. Thank you, Melanie. Melanie, who was the, what is it called? The Grand something Master of the Pride Parade this year. The Grand Marshal. Melanie DeMore was the Grand Marshal of the Pride Parade this year. Okay, sending you light. And I send you light, and you are sending me light. And I thank you. And we'll see you in August. We are sending you light to heal you, to hold you. We are sending you light to hold you in love. Again. We are sending you light to heal you, to hold you. We are sending you light to hold you in love. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you'll never walk alone. I feel you deep within, and we are sending you light to heal you, to hold you. We are sending you light to hold you in love. And again, I give you permission to put in the chat any person or situation or just message you would like to extend, who you're sending light to, who you're thinking of right now. These are good things to share together, but do keep singing. No matter what you feel or what you choose to show, I'm always there for you, so I want you to know that we are sending you light to heal you, to hold you. We are sending you light to hold you in love. I walk the path with you. Go slow, dear one, don't hurry. I'll go just like you need to go. There is no need to worry, for we are sending you light to heal you, to hold you. We are sending you light to hold you in love. We are sending you light sin.